Hey guys, welcome back. Many of you guys have asked me if I had any hauntings going on in my own home. The answer is yes, I did, and not just myself, but my family as well. We had suffered through so much in this one particular home that we had gotten, and until today, I won't even drive by that house. What happened was, it was hectic enough moving in with two small kids. And I didn't have time to do my research before we moved into that house. Come to find out, my suspicions were correct. That house was full of demons that I personally have seen myself. My husband had personally seen them himself, and my kids have seen the demons as well. It was one of the most scariest places that we had ever lived in. After a few weeks of moving in, we started to hear noises in the house. Now let me explain something to you guys. Just because I'm a psychic medium, it doesn't mean that I can constantly see spirits. If they show themselves to me, then absolutely. If I bust them, then yes, I could see them. But I can also feel them, whether they're hiding from me or not. And these spirits, these demonic entities, were actually hiding. Now, demons and spirits, the spiritual realm can sense who is spiritual in our realm. And therefore, they will attach themselves to that person in order to give messages. Now, the messages that these demons were trying to give me was not very pleasant. A couple of them became very obsessed with me. I have lived with spirits all my life, meaning I have dealt with spirits all my life since I was a child when I discovered I had my gift. This was a different situation though. When an entity is attached to you for obsession, it can turn deadly. It could be very dangerous. So these demons had tried anything and everything to capture my attention. Capture my heart is what you should say. It didn't work. So they became more obsessed and more desperate. Meaning, they tried to get rid of my husband. Like I said, dealing with the spiritual realm is no fun and games. Come to find out, there were multiple portals that were open in that home. Before us lived other people, which later on I found out that they had been practicing satanic rituals in that house. We had found satanic black magic books, witchcraft books. So it was no surprise that the house was that haunted. It wasn't just one or two demons we were dealing with. It wasn't just one portal that I had to close. It was multiple. And it seemed like the more I closed the portals, the quicker they would open. Now the reason for that is, if I open a portal and I get rid of spirits, I need to get rid of all of them to close the portal. If there's a couple or even one spirit left behind, they're able to open their own portal and invite more in. So the quicker I would close the portals and send them out and close the portals, the quicker more would come in. One time I was in a shower, and it was scary. The way our shower was separate. Then we had our bathtub jacuzzi, and then the bathroom with a separate door. It was in the master bedroom. Now, I was taking a shower one time. A few times before that, I had told my husband, I feel like somebody's watching me. Every time I'm in the shower, I could feel eyes on me. This one particular time, I was taking a shower. And all of a sudden, I started hearing whispers of my name and whispers of what to do to myself while I'm in the shower. Use your imagination. So right away, I started blocking myself. As I'm blocking myself, I hear knocking on my shower door. Of course, there's nobody there. And my shower door is glass, so I could see, if, even if it's foggy, I could still see a silhouette of somebody if they were standing on the other side. There was nobody there. I was the only one in my room. So then right after that, I came out, and as I'm getting dressed, I noticed 3 on the back of my legs, my thighs, my upper thighs on my legs, 3 scratch marks on each of my legs. I already knew that they were trying to do something to me in the shower. So I had to right away get out, get dressed, and start cleansing my shower. After that night we went to bed, and our lights started flickering on and off. And all of a sudden we start hearing growls. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I start yelling at them to show themselves, who they are, asking them for their names. Because, at this point, I wasn't afraid of myself because, I've been dealing with this all my life. I was more afraid of my husband and my kids. If they could do that to me, and I deal with the spiritual realm, what can they do to them? After going to bed, hearing all the growls and all that stuff, I started getting pissed off. So there I am, standing in the middle of my room, screaming and yelling and cussing and commanding them to show themselves to me. Not very smart. I had some candles in glass cups above our TV stand in our room. Candles started falling one by one. They wanted to show themselves, right? But instead of, actually showing themselves, they're cowards. They started throwing things. It came to a point where I said a prayer, and my husband said a prayer. I went upstairs, I blocked my kids. Everything, the kids are fine. Came back down, going to sleep. In the middle of the night, I would say about between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, I woke up to somebody breathing on my face, like literally breathing on my face. And I thought it was my husband, like trying to wake me up to talk to me, or I don't know what was going on. I seen this dark shadow, this silhouette, this humongous shadow right in front of me. So I sat right up and I said, what the fuck do you want? Now, I know you guys are going to ask me, how come I didn't get rid of the demons? I was getting rid of the demons. I was in the process of getting rid of those demons. It doesn't take overnight to get rid of the amount of demons that had poured in to that home. It takes time. So, the minute I ask, who the fuck you are, what the hell do you want? And I'm screaming in the middle of the night. Thank God my kids didn't hear me. They were sleeping upstairs in their bedroom. My husband woke up. But right before he woke up, the demon in a growling voice said, you. In a very demonic voice, in a demonic, dark, freakishly scary way. You. I said, you can never fucking have me. Leave. When my husband woke up, he actually sat straight up because he saw me like sitting up in bed screaming at something that he couldn't see. And it was kind of dark in the room. So the next morning, I was in the kitchen and I was making breakfast for the kids and stuff. And next thing you know, things from the dining room, the way that our kitchen was, it was an open kitchen area, and that connected to the dining room and then connected to the living room. My kids' toys started flying into the kitchen from the dining room. It was really active. It got worse and worse and worse the longer we stayed there. We were there for about a couple of years, about 2.5 years, something like that. So, and don't get me wrong, the activity stopped for a little bit, but then they started again. I know you guys are going to ask me that too. Like, why didn't you guys move out right away? Because it stopped for a while. When we decided to move out is when it was the last straw, what they did, and I was done with it. So let me jump into that real quick. Besides items getting thrown at me in the kitchen, my kitchen was very, very active. People that came to my house, I kept praying, don't do anything stupid because they're going to run. You know, it's a haunted house. Surely enough, they decided to throw cups from the kitchen into the dining room and into the living room. I mean, these were strong demonic forces that were doing this. It was really freaky. A couple of my guests actually witnessed it themselves, and they're looking at me like, what the fuck are you still doing here? Move out. My kids were safe. They did not touch my kids, even though they did manifest themselves in front of my kids because I was in the room. They were trying to do it in front of me, and my kids happened to see it. But thank God they didn't touch my kids. My kids are well blocked. Nothing, not even hexes and curses could touch my kids. And, you know, and if God forbid, if anyone tries to do anything to my kids, number one, I'll fucking kill you. And number two, whatever that I had put on my kids will turn around and come back to you 10 times more. So I won't even touch my kids. So leave my fucking kids out of it. That's what I always tell people. Being in this profession, you never know. You can run into people that do witchcraft and black magic, and they get jealous. There are a lot of jealous haters out there, of course, right? Everybody knows that. I stay away from them. But the minute you fuck with my kids, I will fucking kill you. So let's jump back to the story. One day, the time when I said it was the last straw, it was early in the morning, around 6 o'clock in the morning. My husband normally wakes up that early and, gets ready to go to work. And he normally gets ready in our bedroom. He doesn't go anywhere. And he always wakes me up when he's ready. So a little bit past 6, I laid in bed for a little bit. Then, after a while I woke up and I'm like, okay, well, I can't hear him. I don't know what he's doing, where he's at. So here I am walking around the house into my bathroom, into the living room, into the kitchen, the dining room. I'm like looking all over for my husband. But I'm not saying anything because I don't want to wake my kids up by like yelling his name out. And I'm thinking, okay, he might be in the garage. So I open the garage door and he's not there. And I'm okay, something's going on. So I end up going upstairs. Now upstairs, there's 2 bedrooms, and in between the bedrooms, it was a bathroom. And it's dark. Upstairs, it's 6 o'clock in the morning in the middle of winter, it's still dark out there. The only light that I saw was the bathroom light upstairs that was on. And the door was cracked about that much. So I could see like a little bit of light coming through. I'm thinking, okay, my husband's in there, but why is he upstairs in that bathroom when we have a bathroom, in our room? And then there's another guest bathroom downstairs also. So I'm creeping up the stairs because I see the light. I'm creeping up the stairs very slowly to see what's going on. Now I'm freaking out because it's too quiet. You know what I mean? It's like a scene from a horror movie. Like, it's dark. There's one light that's coming from a room that the door's cracked that open. It's especially knowing that the house is haunted. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I creep up. Before I get to the last step, the bathroom door slams all the way open. Literally, like, bang, slams all the way open. Here comes my husband with the fucking needle in his hand. Okay? Don't even know where the needle came. He didn't even know where the needle came from. And that needle disappeared. Now, before I finish the story, their spirits are capable of taking things from our realm into their realm and pushing things through from their realm to our realm that doesn't even belong to us. Okay? So this needle that was in his hand had nothing to do with us. It came from the spiritual realm. The fucking demons pushed it through. Okay? Nobody uses needles in our house. The only needles that I have are sewing needles. Okay? And I'm fucking terrified of needles. That's why I don't go to the hospital. I'll be on my deathbed, but I won't go to the hospital. I'm terrified of needles. Okay? I have this phobia against, I hate needles. Scare the shit out of me. Don't ask me how I had my 3 kids, but scare the crap out of me. So before I get to the last step, the bathroom door swings right open, or slams open, and here comes my husband. His eyes are pitch black. Black. And you can't even see the white in it. Black. He's growling. He's showing teeth. I knew instantly, it hit me, that he was fucking possessed. Okay? Now, I didn't block my husband before that because I figured, you know, blocking my kids should be enough. I didn't think I had to block my husband as well. Because I don't, you know, I can never get possessed. You know, with the gifts that I have in the spiritual realm and how connected I am to the spiritual realm, I can never get possessed. But I didn't know that my husband could. Here he comes, and he's got white liquid inside the needle, claiming it's poison. I think it was just water. Now, a lot of times, spirits can manipulate you. They lie all the time to freak you out and to get scared. Now, at that time, we had a black lab named Patty. She was very protective, a full-grown, big dog. And she was very protective over our family, especially my kids and I, because we were home all the time, and she was with me all the time. When I would do my readings and stuff, I always had clients coming to my home most of the time. When I came to working, I was always doing it from home. So, you know, I was home most of the time. And so here comes my husband, and I literally jump back. If I run downstairs, I don't know if this demon that took over my husband is going to go after my kids or not. Because obviously my husband isn't going to. It's the fucking demon. It completely took over. Now, if you get taken over by a demon, you're in a coma state. They're riding your body like a car. You have no control over it. So I can't do shit to my husband. Because if I try to hurt the demon and I hurt my husband, I'm going to hurt my husband. The demon has nothing to do with it. So technically I have to cast the demon out, to cast him back to fucking hell, close the fucking portals, and be done with it. But I can't do that, and I can't scream. You know, I don't want to wake my kids up. And we had a loft upstairs, a big loft, and a couch. So here he comes, honest to God, with the fucking needle like this, pointed at me, growling. I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch. I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch. This is the day you fucking die. I told you you're going to be mine. I mean, and it was just, and I kept saying, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out. But I don't, you know, I'm saying it, but I can't yell. Like, I'm saying it in a very, very powerful way. But I can't yell. You know what I mean? I don't want to wake my kids up because I don't want his attention that's focused on me to get focused on my kids. And thank God their doors were shut. So I'm trying to lure him to go downstairs, and he's blocking the way, the stairway, so I can't run downstairs, thinking if, you know, he follows me, my kids will be okay, then I could kick his ass and all this shit. Anyways, so I'm walking back, and he's walking forward towards me. And all of a sudden, I trip and fall. Like, I literally bump the couch behind me, and I fall. And here he comes, you know, like, standing on top of me. Next thing you know, my dog, Patty, my lovely dog, because dogs can sense the spiritual realm. Dogs could see spirits. They could see demons. And she knew something was wrong. She came upstairs immediately running and barking and growling. Like, my dog was showing teeth worse than the fucking demon was. Drooling. She was just vicious. Like, I've never seen my dog that pissed off. And seeing a demonic entity standing above me, and she saw me on the floor, she knew that I was in danger. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was water and the fucking needle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still, like, you can't just put water in and poke somebody with water. There's consequences. Shit can happen. So I wanted no part of it. But I was like, okay, I can't die right now, because if I fucking die, who's going to take care of my kids? Are my kids going to be okay afterwards? Like, all these things were running through my head. And so, and I'm fucking screaming, and I'm kicking, and I'm kicking his legs, and it's like kicking steel wall. Like, he's not even moving. His legs are not even moving, and I'm kicking hard. Okay, let me tell you something. When demons take over, they could take over the weakest person on the face of this planet, and their body will be strong. The person's body will be strong because the demon took over. And my husband, he's like 6'1". He's a big guy. He's tall. He's not fat, but he's tall. You know what I mean? He's strong. So I'm like kicking and it's not working. So here comes Patty right behind and goes, like literally, it's like a slow motion fucking movie kind of thing. I swear, like it was freaky, but then it was a sigh of relief because she came right behind and actually grabbed the back of his leg and was biting, like it wasn't letting go. And I think my dog startled whatever demonic entity that possessed my husband, because immediately my husband went flying back onto the couch. Okay, flying back onto the couch. And again, it felt like a fucking slow motion shit. The needle flew out of his fucking hand, midair, flew out of his fucking hand. There was nowhere else it could have been but in the loft. That was it. All the doors were shut. I checked, thinking, well, maybe it flew over the loft and fell, which was not possible because we were on the other side. It was not on the stairs, nothing. The needle literally flew, and we didn't even hear it hit anything or, you know, if it hit a wall, if it hit the ground, we would have heard something. It just flew mid in the air and disappeared. It was gone. The fucking needle was gone. And my husband passed out for a minute. So I went to wake him up, like kind of slap him around and shake him, and he opened his eyes and he's gasping for air. You know, because the demon came out, so he was like, like gasping for air. And I was like, are you fucking okay? What the? And he's looking at me and he's kind of confused and he's like, you know what I mean, getting ready to fight because he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know. At that moment, he didn't even recognize it was me in front of him, like shaking him. So he's like in this fighting thing and he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you want? And I go, calm down, it's me. And he's like, what am I doing up here? Why the fuck am I here? What's going on? What time is it? I'm late for work. And so I told him, I said, this is what happened. The bathroom light was still on. I said, look, the bathroom light's still on. The door got slammed open, which was you in it. And this is what happened. And he's like, you know what? I'm done. We're moving. We're done. I mean, of course, immediately afterwards, when he got home that night, I ended up blocking him so he can't, nothing could touch him either. But, you know, it was a very scary experience. Another experience that we had years ago, in the beginning, when my husband and I first met, we had 2 separate jobs, but we were in the process of moving.